Voyager Season 1 Episode 6 The Cloud is actually, according to Memory Alpha, an episode the writers were proud of, which is ironic in this day and age because nowadays we have a show like Star Trek Lower Decks specifically making fun of Star Trek B-plots. Like, yes, there was a parody show created by people who only like Star Trek ironically, who view Star Trek like Adam West Batman, who are like, they hate Star Trek, but they love that they hate it. For people like that, Star Trek Lower Decks was created to make fun of Star Trek B-plots. And in hindsight, with shows like Lower Decks by assholes like that who hate Star Trek but like it ironically, it's kind of funny to have an episode like The Cloud and the writers saying they're proud of it, because The Cloud doesn't just have an A and a B plot. It has an A plot, a B plot, a C plot, a D plot, an E plot, and an F plot. The A plot is they encounter that cloud life form. B plot is Captain Janeway is trying to get to know her crew. C plot is Harry, Kim, and Tuvok trying to get along. D plot is Neelix trying to find his place among the crew. E plot is Tom Paris starting a holodeck program of a pool place in France. He's creating a holodeck program there. And F plot is Captain Janeway being a hustler in Tom Paris's holodeck program, which connects the E plot and the B plot. There's just so many random, unrelated stories. It's just meant to introduce the characters and let the audience get to know the characters, but none of it is connected. It's all just A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot, E plot, F plot. They're all going alongside. Nothing ever connects in any way, and it's for anybody who doesn't care about this show, this episode is useless. This is an episode of this show that only exists for people who care about this show, who like this show. For everybody who doesn't, this is just, don't watch it. It's a waste of time. If you're not a Voyager fan, you are not going to care about anything happens in this episode. It's just kind of funny that it reminds me of Star Trek Lower Decks, that show that exists for all the people who think that Star Trek is like Adam West Batman, who only like Star Trek ironically, who think that Star Trek is all a joke and just like it to make fun of E plots and the C plots. This would be the perfect episode for all the people who view Star Trek as a joke, who just watch it like Adam West Batman, who just like it ironically. Basically for the guy who makes Star Trek Lower Decks. This is the episode for that guy and the fans of that guy and the fans of Star Trek Lower Decks. Because it's basically, it has no main plot, it's just an A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot, E plot, F plot. And it's all just random crap. And as a fan of Voyager, it's cool to get to know the characters like that, but as an episode, it's just total waste of time. You can't, in a normal world, where, especially now, where first-run syndication doesn't exist anymore, you wouldn't be able to sell that to anybody, because it's just random characters doing random stuff, and nobody would really watch that unless they are expecting several more seasons of these characters, because it's just an episode of getting to know characters that you are going to watch for several seasons. But if the show was cancelled after season 1, who the fuck would care about all these character introductions? And apparently the writers were proud of it for having an A plot, a B plot, a C plot, a D plot, an E plot, and an F plot. But yeah, it was just some character introductions. As an episode, that was just shit. As a real Star Trek episode, that was just nonsense. It was just characters doing character stuff, but as an episode, that was just nonsense. you didn't need that as an episode. As a fan of the characters, you wanted to see the characters develop, I guess, but as an episode, just crap.